welcome back to Sam the Cat, or not even welcome back, just welcome if you didn't watch the first one or any other one. Can't really welcome you back to something you've never been to before. I'm Sam.
I'm Kat. I'm trying to follow what you just said.
And we are playing Mario Kart.
Woo!
Last time I mentioned that I could be Baby Daisy, while Kat herself is actual Daisy. Yeah. That would be amusing, but I'm not sure. I don't know, some of these other characters look pretty suave. Like, look at that hair. Ludwig. I wonder if his name is just Lud and he's wearing a really big wig.
I feel like that might be a thing.
Biddy. And in honor of the Bowser family, I love Bowser.
Or, like, it's weird, like, in some lore, it's like, they're supposed to be all siblings, and, like, only Bowser Jr. is Bowser's kid. But I always thought they were, like, all Bowser's kids.
Yeah.
Like, until I heard that, I was like, whoa.
Also, I'm kind of curious as to who Mama Bowser is.
Yeah, like...
She had a lot of children.
Yeah.
Is this setup good for you?
That setup's good for me. And also, like, who's Bowser Jr.'s mother? Or can the Bowser people just produce asexually? Like...
How much like Bowser does Bowser Jr. look?
Like, fairly similar. Like, he's cuter and smaller than Bowser, because he's a baby, but, like... Yeah.
It would be funny if, like, the carts jumped when the text jumped in the loading screen.
Yeah, like little flips.
Everyone does the wave.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
I think it's funny, the Rainbow Road we raced, oops, that was unwise. The Rainbow Road we raced on last time is supposed to look more reminiscent of, like, the original one, I think. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Twice in, like, 5 seconds. But the start off, like, slope of this one is a lot more like the original Rainbow Road. It had, like, it had the 3 speed boosts on downward slope.
Yeah. God, this cart is so freaking hard to manage. I'm having a hard time over here. I really like Daisy. She deserves more love.
She does. Oh shit, again. That's 4 times I've fallen off the track?
Yeah, I'm just always off the track.
Oh, is that... Oh no, this is the weird one where it's like... Oh, I'm on my third lap already?
Look at that.
Oh shit, again, I fell off. Okay. Oh, it's a good thing we set everyone to easy. Shit.
Yeah.
That's 6.
This is great.
6 times I've fallen off. I blame the new character and also the new bike. Shit. Again! 7! Oh my god!
You're still in first place. What are you doing?
My entire lead will be gone though.
I'm like
having
to like dodge people here.
8 times.
Oh
no!
Fuck.
Mario! No!
No!
No.
My small lead.
Yes! Oh my god.
And
I will not be passed by Mario in a teddy bear suit. That is unacceptable.
it's a Tanooki.
Okay.
It's like a raccoon dog, not a teddy bear.
Okay, have you seen that one song where it's like Luigi? Of course you have. You showed it to me.
Yeah, Luigi's Ballad.
Luigi's Ballad, yes. I have. That was the first time that I heard of a Tanooki. So every time afterwards, I will always recall it in the context of that song, which is not flattering for anyone. So no, I still refuse to be passed by Tanooki Mario, especially as a spawn of Bowser. That would be insulting to the family name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a disappointment. If he passes you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just instant.
Like, so, son.
Yeah.
Well, not really son. So, younger brother, who could also maybe be my son.
We got weird family genealogy going up in here.
How did your race go today? Well, I was passed by Mario in a small bear costume. That's it, you're out of the family.
It's a Tanooki. First off, disappointed in you. Second, it's a Tanooki.
Is that really the important thing to add?
Yeah, you gotta like squirt some lemon in that wound.
Oh god. Rub salt in it.
Yeah. Let's go with Ribbon Road.
I'm trying to scratch my leg, but our actual cat is in the way. Not Cat the person.
Yeah.
Cat our cat.
I just sit on her lap while we play.
And yet I still beat you. I'm sitting on your lap. That would make...
Yeah, but then you could scratch your lap.
That's true. That would make for very difficult gameplay.
Yeah.
Do you think couples do that?
Like
when they're in that grossly in love stage.
And they're playing video games, they just like sit
on each
other's laps.
Yeah.
While they play. Well, I feel like there's just danger with that. Like, it depends, like, what game you're playing.
Danger.
Like, if you're playing, like, Snipper Clippers, like, there's not a lot of, like, agitation and throwing things. Like, you're not gonna throw your arms up and stuff like that with that. But, like, this game, some people get really into it and move their entire bodies while trying to make turns.
Especially if that tilt thing's on.
Yeah.
You did turn that off, right?
I turned mine off. Okay. I'm still having difficulty just because this cart... I'm blaming it on the cart. It's probably just me. Is not doing great. But like, I'm so far behind everyone. Shit. But like, what was I even talking about? Yeah, with the couple thing. I feel like it would depend on the couples and how hardcore gamers they are.
That's true. That's very true.
And also if they take turns. Like, it's like one of those like traditional Mario ones where it's like, you have to, like, Mario has to die for Luigi to play.
Oh, that's
type of thing. Like, that's a thing, like, on the original 64. Like, he has to, like, you don't play at the same time.
That's rude.
You have to wait for that person to die or complete the level before the other player can play.
Well, is it still technically a two-player game, though?
It is a two-player game. You just take turns. Like, there's two controllers being used.
It's a two-player game, but two people can't play at the same time.
Yeah. Because, like, Super Mario World 3 on the 64, I used to play with my sister. And I'd usually be Mario and she'd be Luigi. Which was just, like, Mario, but with, like, green instead of red. I didn't even think he had a name that was Luigi in that game. I think it was still Mario. Because every single time she completed a level that, like... And it was there was like a Toad scene type of thing. It'd be like, "Thank you, Mario," and she'd be like, "I'm Luigi." Like,
you are the green Mario.
Yeah.
They made a new skin so they could sell more toys.
Yeah.
Except not really because he doesn't have that many games.
No. Which is sad because you think he would get more games. He's got like Luigi's Mansion.
Our cat just kicked me like a zillion times. He's having intense cat dreams.
Yeah. He sleeps during the day, so he can keep me up at night.
Yeah, I get to sleep because Kat leaves the door to her room open so that Sydney can go into her room instead of meowing outside of our doors.
Sydney's the name of our cat, by the way.
Yes.
In case you get that through context. I don't just let some random man come in my room.
He also has his own Tumblr, and it's called Sydney the Middle-Aged Man because he's 6 in people years. So in cat years, he's a middle-aged man. I always tell people that and they look very confused.
Yeah.
Like, there's dog years. Why is cat years such a difficult concept to grasp?
God, I am just sucking.
Have I lapped you yet?
Probably. You're getting close. You're getting close.
My computer-controlled version lapped you.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you have 0 coins as well.
Yeah, I sucked on that round. I'm letting down the team. I let the team down, I'm sorry. I know.
Oh my
That's
God.
on Daisy.
Everyone on the other team has double digits.
Yeah.
And 2 people on our team have double digits.
Way to rub it in.
Just to point out, it's not just you who's letting the team down.
Yeah.
It's the majority of the team who's letting the team down.
You're really carrying this team.
Shy Guy Falls.
Yeah.
I would say it's the song of my people, but I'm not Shy Guy right now.
You're Ludwig.
I'm Ludwig. For some reason, that name reminds me of Hedwig, as in the owl from Harry Potter.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it has wig at the end.
Yeah.
I guess there aren't really any other connecting features.
Yeah, there's not a lot of names that end with wig.
No. Like, Ludwig has blue, spiky hair, and Hedwig is a snowy male owl.
Yeah.
Male as in mail carrier, not as in, like, actual dude. I know she is obviously a lady.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know how to spot owl gender determination.
Okay,
so...
it's stated in the books that Hedwig is a lady owl.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting detail to include in a book about magic.
It's very important, okay?
Is there an egg involved?
What? No.
Well, then why is it important?
Because Harry is like an orphan and he's stuck under a cupboard as like a poor abused child, and he has like this owl who's super awesome and like helps him with shit, even though she ends up dying. Spoiler alert if you haven't heard of that already. But like, she's like a nice, friendly, kind of as much of a mother figure as an owl who you can't speak to or anything like that can be. That's how I see it anyway. I'm sure there's lots of people who are like, what the fuck, an owl can't possibly be a mother figure. What are you talking about?
Except to other owls.
What do you mean she's a mother figure for a small human child? But no, she's great. She like deals with the Dursleys as well, and she's like, I don't know, she's someone for him to relate to, and I guess the femaleness helps with that, because obviously men can't be nurturing, caring people.
Oh no, that's not a thing.
No.
You know, can't have a male nurturing character in a story.
No.
Only abusive characters can have male representation.
Yes. Unless you're Mother Gothel.
Well, she's just kick-ass. I love Mother Gothel.
You love Mother Gothel?
I love her. As a villain,
okay,
she's a good
yes.
one.
Yeah, she's definitely a good villain.
Yeah.
She's creepy as hell in all the right ways. Or if you're Rapunzel, all the wrong ways.
Because she's like a villain that can happen in an any day, like she could be a modern day villain and it'd still be just as scary.
Yes.
That's aside from the magic, just the abusiveness, as you can't go outside.
Yeah.
You belong only to me.
Yes.
Type of thing. It's a really creepy concept that doesn't need to have that much of a supernatural element to it.
That is true.
You know. And the fact that she probably still is affecting Rapunzel, aside from like the TV show where they don't really talk about it that much. But like, you would think Rapunzel would still have like issues even though she's gone. Because of years of psychological torment, she would still see her as her mother because that's the woman that raised her.
You would think. But I haven't actually seen the TV show, so I can't really say.
Well, the TV show's okay. The plot's is interesting. But like, just taking from like the original Disney movie, not the Grimm's Brothers story, just because I personally haven't sat down and read it. I know that it's a lot darker and she never escapes the tower.
Oh really?
No, yeah, because it's like the guy comes to climb up her hair and like it like falls out or something, and he lands on thorns or something like that.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, but anyways, just like the fact that in the Disney version, like she doesn't need magic to be considered like a true evil type of thing.
Yeah,
she has magic because she's like staying young or whatever, but it's not like
Flint
offensive.
Was her a witch.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I think. Does he, or is she just like a horrible old woman?
Yeah, she doesn't use magic though, other than to stay young type of thing.
And
like,
that's
she doesn't have
hers.
she has like a dagger that she has,
which is probably just. It would be ironic if it was raining.
Yeah, just like, oh,
Sunshine Airport. Surprise!
The rain.
Yeah. It's like the Sunshine Coast. It rains all the time there.
Yeah.
Even though it's called the Sunshine Coast.
Oh, what are those little guys called? They're like cheering in the background. They have a name.
Plant people?
No, they have like their name starts like a D or something.
Do they?
Yeah, they have like they're in Paper Mario.
Paper Mario?
Yeah.
I am not caught up on Mario lore.
And I think they're also in Mario Sunshine?
Mario Sunshine?
Yeah.
Is Mario just like a ray of sunshine?
No, it's like an island thing where they're from. They're like the island people.
the island people.
Yeah, they like live on the island. That's why they kind of look like pineapples.
Pineapples?
Doesn't look kind of like pineapples, like the yellow ones? Don't they kind of look like pineapples, the little green tops?
Oh, you mean the people look like pineapples?
Yeah.
I thought you were just mentioning pineapples.
Oh, like just bringing up like I like pineapples.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have sentences in my head and I only see the end.
I'm sure you mentioned something that would have given me context, but I just didn't pick up on it.
Oh no. When I'm editing this later, it's gonna be like, what the fuck am I talking about?
Well, I was just thinking like, oh, it's an island, and obviously the only real islands that people know about are Maui, which has pineapples.
Yeah.
So I kind of got that from that conversation.
It's weird. I grew up on an island, and yet when I think of island, I don't think of like my
Island?
island. I do still think of Hawaii, and it's weird. So it's like, dude, I grew up on an island, but when I think about islands, I don't think about like the environment of my island. Just like
Well, I actually lived on
tropics.
Maui for 3 years, from ages 5 to 7. So I guess I can reasonably think of Hawaii.
yeah. Even though you lived on this island way longer.
I've lived in this part of the world longer, not necessarily this particular island.
That's true.
Canada, all the way.
Can you guess which island we're from? From the accent?
There are a lot of islands.
There are a lot of
To be fair,
islands.
It could be the Queen Charlotte Islands.
Yeah.
Though now that I've said that, people are gonna be like, nah, it's not those.
Yeah, it's not Queen Charlotte. And they don't got the accent to be, East Coast, so...
I always think it's funny when people say that Canadians have like an accent. It's like, I don't have anything close to that particular accent.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't hear any accent when, like, that's, like, not, like, obviously I have an accent, because everyone has an accent. But, like, I always seen, like, my accent being very close to, like, the California accent, which is, like, popular media
You mean
type
like
of thing.
Like a valley girl? Shit, what was
Like-
that? That wasn't a valley
That
girl.
wasn't a Valley Girl. That was, like, I don't know what the fuck that was. But,
You get the idea. Imagine a valley girl accent
Yeah.
where what I just said.
yeah, like, take those words that Sam just said, and imagine she said it in a Valley Girl accent.
Yes.
Oh.
So you don't speak like a valley girl.
No, I don't.
No.
It's not, I don't.
Whatever I was.
It's like a Southern belle.
Obviously, we don't know a lot about
What I
United
do
States
declare,
accents.
sis.
What are you trying to say?
What do you mean? Like I do declare?
Oh.
It's a Southern belle thing. It's all soft spoken.
Oh my god.
Think of like Gone with the Wind.
What?
Have you not seen that movie?
No.
Okay, then you won't get the reference.
I believe Gone with the Wind was referenced in The Outsiders,
Yeah.
which I read.
Yeah.
Didn't see the movie.
You didn't read it with a Southern Belle accent though, now did you?
I didn't know. I did not read The Outsiders with a Southern Belle accent, Kat.
God, it'd be more fun. I wish that like when teachers read you stories, they did a funny accent. I feel like I would have paid attention more.
Can you imagine Ponyboy with a Southern accent?
God.
That would be horrifying. An affront to outsiders. Yes, it is outsiders. Outsiders canon.
Stay golden, party boy.
Oh god, don't. That's not okay.
God, I wasn't just gonna pick out because like the audio might be kind of echoey, so I apologize for that till I figure it out.
Well, if people miss your little quiet, soft-spoken things,
Yeah.
It's
like
shame for them,
yeah,
not for us. We're the ones saying it.
yeah. It might be best because like you probably don't want to hear that.
I don't know. We're pretty funny.
Oh, we are hilarious.
True.
I really wished like back in like elementary school and stuff when teachers used to do actual story times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did your teachers ever do that in elementary school?
Yeah, that's how we read the Hunger Games actually. Well, we actually had a Kings player, which is our local hockey team. He came in and he actually read us the Hunger Games because he thought it was super interesting.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, that's what we had. Shit, fell off in the same spot.
Man.
But yes, we had a local semi-famous hockey player come in and read us books. That's how I read The Hunger Games.
That's like the best way to read anything.
I had a handsome man reading me The Hunger Games.
Oh man.
And then I got Catching Fire, because that had just come out. Way to date myself there. But we read that. And, well, he was going to read it to us, but I got impatient and I bought it and I started reading it. But the thing was, I wanted to like skip ahead a little bit, so I ended up getting, this spoiler alerts for anyone who hasn't read Catching Fire, but there's...
Skip ahead now. I'll put little thing in the bottom to where you can skip ahead to like not get the spoiler.
Yeah, there is a scene where I'm pretty sure it's Peeta. He says that Katniss is pregnant because it's like a plot or something. I forget the exact details. But I ended up, because I skipped ahead, I just read that part and I didn't read any other part. So I thought she was actually pregnant and I was quite outraged. And I told this all to my teacher, who had finished the book in its entirety, and he just gave me a look like, you should not have skipped to that particular page and not read anything else. And I didn't find out until I myself read the whole book that she wasn't pregnant. She never was. It was just a plot kind of thing. But at the time, it was quite horrifying and very outrageous.
Yeah.
What?
That's your punishment for reading ahead.
When did this happen? Who is the father? There's this love triangle is still going on. It has not been resolved. And she's pregnant? What?
Yeah.
But no.
No.
She wasn't pregnant. It was a lie.
It was a lie.
Which one?
Let's do Wildwoods.
Okie dokie. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there.
Okie dokie. Let me choose a different one.
I'll choose one with the trees in it.
Yeah. It's called compromise. When neither party is completely satisfied.
You say something, I do something completely different.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see if I can fall off things less this time than I did last time.
Ugh. What was the strangest book the school ever made you read?
Lord of the Flies. I hate that book with a burning passion.
Yeah?
Our teacher was one of those people who was like, everything is Jesus in this book. Like, Simon is, I'm pretty sure it was Simon, he is like the Jesus figure. And then the island itself was a reference to the Garden of Eden somehow. And just everything was some kind of Christian religious reference. And as someone who is in no way religious, like, at all, it was very annoying to hear about all these things and to have to like come up with ways that it was religious in order to get a good grade. It just made me not like the book at all.
That seems kind of weird. Like, what if like you weren't like you had zero knowledge on anything biblical? You just automatically fail that class because you don't know anything about the Bible. Like
that was basically me. I don't know much about religion at all, and I'm quite happy that way. But I managed to BS my way through enough things that I got a pretty good grade.
Yeah.
And also as one of the few people who, like actually read the books that we were supposed to in English classes, that automatically gave me a good view in the teacher's eyes. So I could have not done much of anything and she would have still liked me.
Yeah.
That was a shitty shortcut. If you pass me. Okay, no you won't. But yeah, she very much liked the religious angle, and I'm pretty sure she herself was heavily religious. And that was just her lens that she looked through when reading books like that. Yeah. But it was quite annoying for essentially all of her students who didn't really care for that kind of thing. Yeah, so Lord of the Flies. What about you?
Mine was The Chrysalids. It was like this really weird novel that was like incestual and stuff like that.
And other classes read that, but I didn't.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like post-apocalyptic type of thing. And then my teacher, she really liked the book. And I just thought it was like really gross with like certain like characters who were like cousins. And like they had this like romance going on. And it's like these are like blood-related cousins. Like this is kind of nasty. It was an interesting book. I found that it drug on in certain points. And I just couldn't get past the sexual side of like these like teenagers having towards their cousins. It was kind of weird. I didn't fully enjoy that book too much.
No.
It was kind of cool, like the mutants and stuff like that, but it was mutants. It's post-apocalyptic type of thing.
So automatically there's
mutants. But it's not like mutants like mutants, but it's like
not like X-Men.
Like humans have like it was like they're deformed humans that have troubles
like
doing stuff.
Genetic mutations.
Yeah, genetic mutations, and then there was like more people who were more mutation than they were human, and they were to be like feared and stuff.
Okay.
And there was like animals that had mutations and stuff like that, and you had to be careful because they could like give you like disease and stuff like that if they bit you and shit. Okay. So it was like that type of mutation. So that was kind of a cool take. So, like, what I remember of the book, people could be like, I just read this book. There's nothing to do with that. I read it in like grade 9. It's been a while back, but like.
So like the mutations were like the actual results of what would happen if incest was a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like one of the characters had like a foot that had like no toes or something like that because all the toes would fuse together.
Oh, that would be difficult
like that.
to walk on.
Yeah, so it was like stuff like that. I think that was one of the things. But it was a weird book because like I didn't enjoy reading it too much. So it was like when I had to do like reports on it, it was just terrible. And of course, it took people forever to read books, and I never understood it. Like I could get a book done within the end of the week type of stuff for most of it. Of Mice and Men, when I do that was like a single day. That was like sitting down for like 45 minutes and reading the book. But for other people, it's like they just drag on forever. And like some people never even finish the books. So like our English teachers, instead of being like, okay, well, everybody who didn't finish the book, it's automatic fail. They were like, okay, well, we'll give you an extra month to finish a book that should only take you like an hour and a half to read.
Ugh.
And I'm like,
gross.
Why?
How rude.
Because I'd be sick of the book by the end of it, and they like the teacher would never give you like homework to do so you could catch up, like to like get ahead so you could just be done. It's like, well, no, but don't you getting ahead of everybody else? I'm like, I finished the fucking book.
I'm already ahead of everybody
else.
Like,
I'm going to forget shit. Just give me everything that's going to be assigned to it. Mm-hmm. And I would like to take my test when you originally assigned when the test would be.
That would be nice.
Because that is just like the decent thing to do.
Yes.
When someone actually does the work.
Mm-hmm. Because otherwise, why would there be like incentive to read the book soon?
Exactly. Like there's no punishment to anything. Like I only ever had one English teacher that actually punished people for not doing the work.
Really?
Yeah. He would take half off every single time. So it was like, there was like a couple exceptions he gave like extensions to when like majority of the class didn't do stuff. Mm-hmm. But like, it'd be like if it wasn't handed in the next day, it's 50% off.
Oh, nice.
And then the next time after that, it's 50% off that 50%.
That's pretty
type
great,
of thing.
actually.
So it's like you'll still get some kind of mark if you hand something in, because like he stopped it at like 10%, something like that. But like, yeah, but people were just like insane.
One of my English teachers was actually really great. He was my grade 12 English teacher, and he had a thing where there were like different levels of this class that he taught. So I took it at like level 1, which is basically the most that you can do. So I read a total of 3 books, and I wrote reports on 3 different books throughout the semester in addition to a whole bunch of other stuff. And that was like the most work you could do. So you could get the highest grade. You could get up to 100%. Then there was like level 2, which you could get regardless of the amount of work you did. If you did all of your level 2 work, you could only get up to 80%. So they read 2 books, and they did like 2 book reports, and like not half of what the level 1 people did, but they did less. And then there's level 3, and you could get up to like 70% with that one, I think.
Yeah.
But it was like the people who wanted to do super well, they did the most work, and the people who didn't really care for it, or they didn't have enough time for it, or there were like things going on that they couldn't do everything, they didn't have to, because they just did a different level of work.
That's actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
That's like teaching so people understand the material, not teaching just to like regurgitate.
It's teaching to different levels of people. Like,
yeah.
Not everyone is a straight A student, and he acknowledged that, and he taught to different levels of interest in English and reading and all that. So that was pretty great.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, level 3 people only had to read like 1 book, and they only did 1 book report, and they did considerably less other work. But yeah, it was quite nice, actually.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think it's your turn to pick a level.
No, I just picked the woods.
Oh.
It's your turn.
Oh, right. Let's do this one. No, it was interesting with that one because everyone had to do less work. So those people who did pick level 3, they actually ended up doing most of the work because they didn't have the pressure of having to do like 3 books and 3 book reports and that. They only had 1 book report over the entire semester. So most of them ended up reading it. And he picked The Kite Runner, which it's a book set in the Middle East. And there's a whole bunch of interesting scenes. But there's a movie adaptation of it. And as someone who has, for as long as I've been reading books, been watching movie adaptations and mostly been greatly disappointed by them, it was interesting watching my fellow classmates who had never actually had that happen to them before, have that happen to them for this particular book. There were several rather important scenes in the book that were not in the movie, that were major character development points, and they just weren't in the movie at all.
Oh my god.
So it was so cool watching all of these people who had never had that happen to them before. They were like, oh my god, what is with this? Like, this movie, it does not have any of these scenes in it. And I'm like, oh my god, you get it.
Yeah.
This is the first time you've gotten it, and it's amazing. And it was just interesting.
I remember, I think the worst time that's ever happened to me was the Percy Jackson books.
Oh god, don't even no.
I read it, and then for grade 7, our teacher, he read it to the class. And so everyone was like, we all really liked the book. And so when we heard there was going to be a movie version of it, like, everyone in the class was super stoked. Yeah. So I went and I watched one of the first screenings of it, I think.
Oh god.
And I went there with my cousins who were like, what's the age gap? They're like one of them's 8 years younger than me, the other one's like 10 years younger than me. And I went there with them and with my aunt. And they never read any of those books. And they really liked it. I almost screamed in the theater. I was so pissed.
Oh god, yes.
With the representation, the deleting of Clarice.
Oh,
just
god. Yeah, Annabelle's hair.
Adding Persephone and like changing who the bad guy was.
Oh god, yes.
It was like, what the hell? You might as well just like made your own Greek godchildren movie, and it was so like different than the actual source material. Like no one would have even called it copyright.
The actual camp itself was completely different. Like the cabin that they had, the whole setup of all the cabins was different, and like there's just when I watched the movie came out when I was in school still, and I remember we watched it as a whole class, and there was a bus ride home, or not home, back to the school after we had watched that movie, and I'm pretty sure every single one of my classmates hated me because I spent the entire bus ride complaining about how completely different from the books the movie was, and even my teacher was a little fed up with me by the end of that particular bus ride. Yeah. But I had a lot of beef with that movie. I didn't even watch the second movie.
How would they even do the second movie? Like that was my thing. Like without Clarice there, like what the fuck? Like.
And I think I said Annabelle before, but it's Annabeth.
Yeah.
As the partner to Percy, had
Athena's daughter there.
Straight red hair, in the movie. In case you couldn't tell who that was supposed to be, because I know when she first appeared, I couldn't tell who that was supposed to be. And the whole Grover thing and Persephone.
That was gross.
Oh my god.
Persephone is supposed to be like this like goddess of innocence and of flowers and of beauty. And it was freaking summer. She wouldn't have been there.
She wasn't supposed to be in the underworld. So
she would be with her mother at this point of the year.
Demeter, yeah.
Like
yeah.
I remember one of my friends, she has like blonde hair and gray eyes, and like she loved Annabeth, right? And she loves Athena, like because it's like she could like connect, like or she kind of looked like them, and she really liked that in depictions. People in the class say, "Hey, that kind of looks like you," right? Because like she fit a lot of like the vague characteristics.
Yeah.
And when she watched the movie, she was so upset that like that representation, even in the goddess form, didn't have gray eyes.
Yeah.
She was like, Oh.
Also,
Okay.
Sharon's fur color, like he's the centaur who's in the wheelchair. His fur's supposed to be white, I think.
Yeah.
If what I remember from the books is correct. And it was brown in the movies. And I know that, honestly, a pet peeve of mine is hair colors that's different in movies than it is in books. But it just bothered me. That was like, that's a thing of his. That added to his character. He's like a wise, older person with white hair, because he's old. He has white hair because he's old. That's how I thought of it as.
Yeah.
And now he had like brown hair and he was like younger looking. That's not the figure that I had in mind for this.
Yeah.
That was described for me in the book.
God. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode.
Yes. Thank you for listening.
Yeah,
to
listen
us rant.
our lovely book rants. So thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Have a nice day doing whatever it is you may be doing.
Bye.
Bye.